All right, we got 3 days left until the next event, so it's time to get this steering rack fixed. Man, I haven't even got this shit out yet. Before we get to that, I need to get all these tires and all this other shit out of my car because I've been driving with a fully loaded car the last couple of days. You know, I never thought I was gonna have to say this, but I think we might need some more tire storage. Like, it hasn't even been that long since we made these tire racks and they're already full. They're overflowing. Oh, jeez. Yeah, I know. To be fair, I feel like most of these are mine. Actually, no, I'd say it's like half. Gabe has quite a few wheels over here. Yeah, I picked up some new meat the other day. I ended up finding a pair of Toyo Proxy 4s on OfferUp, and I picked those up for $60 for the pair. And then I ended up going over to my local Tire Dogs, and I picked up that pair of wheels for, I think it was like $76, something like that. Neither of the pairs are full, but I mean, they have plenty of life left on them, and I think they're gonna be pretty good tires on track. I'm super excited to try out these Toyos, because from what I hear, the Toyo Proxies tend to be a pretty good tire to drift on. So I don't know, I'm excited to use them. So in the last video, I talked about how I ended up messing up my steering rack and my steering shaft a little bit. Had a bit of an incident with the curb. Not gonna get into the story again. Go watch the last video if you want to hear about that. But anyways, I talked about how I wanted to get a Z3 rack for this car, but with how close the next event was, like, there was just no way I was gonna be able to pick one up. So I ran to the junkyard and I picked up this rack and this steering shaft. So today we're gonna be getting those in the car, and along with that, the one mod that I haven't shown you guys yet, I picked up Chelsea Denofa's strengthened tie rods. Apparently these are supposed to add about like 25% angle is what Chelsea is claiming. Where was I gonna go with that? I am professional! All right, take two. I saw his video of him installing these, and they add a pretty considerable amount of angle. I know these are a hell of a lot stronger than the stock tie rods, so along with getting that rack in today, we're gonna be putting these in, and hopefully we'll get some pretty good angle out of them. Oh, you know what? I forgot to get the angle before lifting the car. Yeah, we'll still do it. We'll still do it. I'll show you guys what the car has stock angle-wise.
I can't fit in your seat.
Yeah, I know. I got tiny legs. So this is what the car has stock for angle. Nothing crazy, but from what I saw in Chelsea's video, these tie rods should make a world of a difference angle-wise. So once we get those in, we'll kind of make a little comparison, see what the difference is like. But yeah, without further ado, let's get this old rack out and let's get the new one in. Oh yeah, and I forgot to mention, I also picked up a new reservoir. All right, so first thing I'm gonna do is use this little fancy siphon pump to get all the old power steering fluid out of the reservoir.
Help?
No, it's okay, I got it. Sometimes I wish I had like 5 arms. Oh, it's working. Oh, that shit looks like chocolate milk.
Oh, God.
I gotta disconnect this return line, it looks like. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Oh, wait, you know what? I think I have an even better way of doing this. All right, so I took out the air box, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna disconnect the reservoir, and then I'm just gonna literally just tip it over and try and get it down in that funnel down there. God, you know, I have such a hard time with gloves, especially because I can't find the size for my hands. I have such tiny hands. I got little toddler hands.
You should get child work gloves.
Do they? Yeah, I should actually. Wait, I never thought about that. Imagine how cheap they would be too. Bro, it would be like when I buy jeans. I buy jeans in the kids section.
Dude, yeah. Dude, you'll save hell of money.
Oh, okay. I think that should work. I should be, oh, easy. I think we got most of that out. So now we can disconnect the lights from the underside. All right, so I'm having Kellen get in the car. We just got the reservoir disconnected, and now what we're gonna do, I'm gonna have him turn the wheel back and forth so it'll pump out all the extra fluid out of the return line. Oh, not yet. Yeah, just hold on a second. It's gonna work though, it's working. Make sure you go like full lock to lock too. Gotta get all that old icky fluid out of there. Oh yeah, she's going. That should be almost all of it, yeah. All right, killing dibs, so I'm on my own now, but the next order of business is going to be, I'm gonna disconnect these outer tie rods. Originally, I was just gonna use the outer tie rods that are on here, but these are the weird nylon nuts, and you're only really supposed to use these once, so I don't feel like having to take off the ones on my car because I don't have new nuts. So yeah, I'm gonna disconnect the outer tie rods on both sides, and then we can get to taking out this rack. In order to maintain somewhat of a proper alignment, before I fully took these out, I disconnected the inner part of the tie rod so that I could get this completely straight, and then I measured from here all the way up until this nut, and then I'm gonna take that measurement and I'm gonna copy the exact thing onto the new tie rods. Look at these two right next to each other. You can really see where the extra strength in Chelsea's tie rods really come in. This main shaft is just so much thicker. I'm super excited to get these in. Now that those are out though, we can actually get to taking out this rack. I'm actually so hungry. I totally forgot to eat before coming over here, and now I'm on my own, so I can't really go anywhere to get food considering my car doesn't have any steering right now. This is gonna be a fun time. I got it. It's out. After a closer inspection of these mounts, I've concluded that nothing really looks that out of place. Huh. Interesting. Now all that's left is to get this stupid ass steering shaft out. Oh, this thing is gonna be so hard to get to. With this view, you guys can kind of get a better idea of how smushed in this cooling line got. God, this thing is so dirty. All right, steering shaft is out. It was a bit of a pain, not gonna lie. Essentially what we did is at this top point where it connects to the steering column, we stuck a flathead right in this groove right here and just kind of pounded it a little bit with a hammer, and then we were able to kind of just wiggle it until it pulled off the splines. The ones that are down there. You can barely see it, but this one is just still ever so slightly bent. But we can get rid of that piece of junk now. And we're gonna put in this slightly nicer but still used one. This little rubber piece at the bottom compared to mine is a lot better, so I'm excited to see how that feels. Gabe's being a babe and going inside to go get me some food. I'm so hungry. I have no energy. Kids, remember to eat before you go to work on your car. I'm so excited for food. Right now, I'm working on getting out these old tie rods off the new rack so we can get these little puppy chuckers in. Oh, Dad. Oh, you're so nice.
Hold up.
Thank you. Oh, yes. All right, guys. It's just about midnight. I wasn't gonna film anything else tonight, but I just finished up. You guys just gotta see this. One sec. Let me turn the wheel. For just some tie rods, and this is rubbing too. Like, I don't even think this is max angle. I don't know if you guys can see that back there, but like the tire's hitting. This car is so much angle now, but yeah. It's time for me to get home and go to sleep. I'll give you guys some more thoughts tomorrow when I'm able to drive this thing and actually see how it feels. Well, that was something. I just finished up all my tasks in class for the day. So I figured while I have time, I'm gonna take my car into the garage and I'm gonna give it a quick alignment on the front end. The car has a bunch of toe out right now. It doesn't feel too bad, but I know that I definitely don't want to have that much toe out in the front. According to Chelsea, after installing these for like street/drifting, you're gonna want something more along the lines of zero toe on the front. So I'm gonna try and get that all dialed in on the alignment rack in the garage. But I'm gonna cut to the alignment and then I'll talk to you guys a little bit afterwards about the car and how it feels right now.
No one's opening the garage.
And I don't have a horn right now. Ah, there he is. There he is. Thanks, Dad.
Weight reduction.
So apparently, along with my front toe being just absolutely bonkers, turns out my rear toe is a little messed up too. So I don't know, we might try to fix that today. It's not perfect, but it's a hell of a lot better. Unfortunately, I can't really get these tone numbers to line up really in the rear because I I keep running out of toe alignment on this side. Compared to what it was before, this is a hell of a lot better. Look at that thrust angle. Not bad. All right, so here's the car at full lock after the alignment. Compared to stock, that's a pretty considerable amount of angle. And it's all just with some tie rods. That's nuts. Like I was saying before though, you can see how the tire is hitting the inside of the well over here. So I actually totally forgot that the car was still resting on the lift. So this is when it's all the way lowered. Still about the same. All right, final thoughts on these new tie rods. After getting the alignment done and after getting to be able to drive it a little bit on the way home, I couldn't be happier with how this car feels. I managed to find a couple spots where I could throw her sideways, and the car just feels so snappy and just so clean feeling. It feels so stable. The extra bit of angle is gonna take a little bit of getting used to, I think, but I don't think it'll be too hard, and once I get a hang of it, this thing is going to be absolutely shredding on track. I've been wanting to get more angle on this car for a while, and once I saw that Chelsea Denofa had developed these tie rods, I knew I had to get them. Because with every other type of angle kit out there, like you're having to switch out parts from other BMWs, you're having to put on these little like blocks on your steering knuckle, stuff like that. But with these, it's literally as simple as just putting in new tie rods. So I honestly want to give a huge thank you to Chelsea Denofa. Like the fact that these pro drivers are out here developing stuff for the rest of us to be able to enjoy is just, it's amazing, and I cannot thank you enough. If you see this Chelsea Denofa, you probably won't, but if you do, thank you so much. Like, this has absolutely changed the car, and I couldn't be happier with it. And especially with how much they cost. I think these were like maybe $120. So for $120, you can get like 25% extra angle. I don't really see where you can go wrong with that. If you want to see the video that Chelsea did for the install of those tie rods, I'll put a link down in the description to that. I found it to be super helpful. I'm sure it'll be able to help you a lot too, because I honestly didn't really go over it too much in this video. I think that's gonna do it for this video though, guys. If you enjoyed the video, go down, hit the like button, subscribe, whatever. But I hope y'all enjoyed. I hope y'all have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next one.